I thought my video was recording before and it wasn't, so I'm going to do this quick, fast, in a hurry. This is the second video of 3 videos you will be getting from me today. By the time you see this, 90 Day the Other Way should be up. Whatever time I get finished editing all these videos, then the other video will be up. I do want to let you all know that by the time you see the Family Chantel, my website will be updated with my new earrings. You can get 15% off using code word thanks. I do only have 2 pair of earrings there, but you can still check it out, see what you want, and by the end of this day, I'll have more earrings and necklaces up there. So we see Iyanla Vanzant. She's hosting a show. It's called Between the Chairs, and Desna's on one side, Mac and Melba are on the other side. We find out that the McHale triads, we're gonna call them the triads, they're the Chinese mob, and they are over Mac and Melba basically in the casino. Melba says that she has an interracial son to protect, so we need to tread lightly. And Mac says that he loves his black son. Desmond says that ain't your real damn son. Iyanla gives them the DNA results. DNA results come back that Mac and Melba are not Dean's biological son, but Dean don't want nothing to do with. There's a fly in my damn house. Dean don't want nothing to do with Desna. So Desna, we see Desna, she's at the nail shop. The girls want to help get Dean out of the casino, but Desna says she'll just go along with her and Roller because Roller also has some beef against Mac and Melba. Jen is like, what about, bros before hoes? And what about, ride or die? And Desna says she just wants them to ride. I just want to ride as well. I don't want to die. Polly goes in the back to see Desna and apologizes about her inappropriate relationship with Joe. Polly says that she can get information out of Joe if Desna needs her to. And Desna's like, you sure you just don't want to fall on that man's dick? She says, even though I do, may a little bit kind of have feelings for this man, I do know how to compartmentalize my stuff and indeed put bros before hoes. So I'm here for you, Desna. So we see Anne and Arlene. They go to see the sex of the baby. First, they can't find the heartbeat. Then they find the heartbeat. They didn't say the gender of the baby. I guess it's too early to tell. I don't know. We see Desna and Roller. They go to the casino. One thing I do want to say is I'm very drained from this episode. So if you're going to watch the episode, please watch the episode and not watch this review. Before you watch the episode, if you've watched the episode, then you understand why I'm drained. You understand why I feel like this. And I'm just really tired. I'm tired. I'm a little bit tired because I'll just get to it when I get to it. Desna and Roller go to the casino, and Desna goes over to see Dean and to talk about the Chinese bosses. She says that they're in danger, and Dean is like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Then Desna decides to tell a story when Dean was going to get adopted when they were younger. So Desna started a kitchen fire, blamed it on Dean so the adopted parents could leave because the adopted parents wasn't going to take her with them. Dean is like, why in the hell do you think that's going to make me want to come with your ass? This only proves that you're selfish. You only care about yourself. Okay? And she's only trying to protect herself. Mac and Melba sees them on the camera, and we find out that their plan is to steal the mahjong money that Dean is going to win and then kill Dean. Mac is really not trying to kill Dean. He really, has a special place for Dean in his heart. And Melba is like, look, don't be a chicken pussy. Get it together. Get it together. We're going to go through with the plan. We see Desna. Desna wants Roller to run the club that's inside of the casino so she can always be there. And she wants him to take Dean under his wing. Basically, just spend time with him, try to get in his ear about Desna and change everything. So, Mac and Melba come over there. They like, what y'all talking about? Desna says that she wants Roller to run the club. Mac is like, I can't deal with him. She says, you're going to have to deal with him. This was going to happen. Roller says, okay, well, I need some paper. Melba looks at Mac, and then looks at Desna and was like, huh? And Desna was like, some Skrilla. And then Roller was like, some cheddar, some bread. And she was looking at them like, I don't understand your vernacular. What are you saying? We need some damn money. Okay? I thought it was really funny, and I would have really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the scene. Y'all, oh my gosh. Okay, let's get through this because I really didn't want to relive. We see Polly. Polly comes to talk to Joe, and he's mad that she sent back the gun. Joe wants to know if Polly is playing him because he's definitely not playing her. We see Virginia and Jen. They are at the nail shop. Virginia is going to go out on a real date with Eric, and she needs to know what to wear. In the midst of that, Bryce comes in and says that his book, Get It, Get It, has been picked up by a publisher and it will be published. Okay. So Roller brings in Dean at the club and is like, Dean, I need some entertainment advice. He basically convinces him to start stripping again, which I think is really good for Dean, and to get the boys back together and, go for one last hurrah. Y'all, I'm just so blue. I'm blue. I'm blued. I'm blued. I'm blued. I'm blued. I'm blued. I'm blued. So the two Amish looking people come in and hand the money to Desna and tell Desna that she is the new cleaning lady. She goes to Melba to ask Melba how to wash money, and it's like, why couldn't you just go to your shop and wash money? Like, you needed something bigger. Anyway, Melba shows her the process. This sweet little old lady comes in, grabs the money because there's no security camera. The security camera then picks her up, putting the dirty money, transferring it for chips, then winning, then taking that money or taking those chips, transferring it for real clean money, and then giving it back to Melba and getting a nice little paycheck for it. Y'all, I'm not saying that's the way to go, but anyway, let's move on. So we see Anne and Arlene. They go to talk to Anne's brother. And Anne's brother says that he may drop out of the race because the governor may out him tonight. And then lets it slip, well, if you knew where the governor got his money from, then he wouldn't be trying to out you. And then Anne spills the beans to her brother. We see Polly. Polly's directing Dean and the boys, just like old times. And Joe comes in, and he's a little bit jealous of Dean because he's been doing the dirty work for Mac and Melba for years, and they never adopted his ass. Polly sees this as an opportunity to get some information about what they may be doing. Joe says he's out of the loop, and then he walks away when Polly turns her attention back to Dean. Desna did look cute in that white and black jumpsuit with her hair. I like that. I didn't like the first outfit she had on. So Bryce and Jen go to see the publisher, and he wants to publish the book, and he gives them a $25,000 advance. Bryce starts crying, and they'll soon begin their promotional tour. So they open up the club, and Polly goes over to tell Desna that Joe doesn't know anything, and they might actually care for Dean. After Dean and his people do their strip club number, Dean goes over to talk to Roller. And before Desmond comes over, he tells Dean that, you can't shake your ass forever, man. You need to take this act on the road. And he like, but what about Mahjong? He like, but you can play Mahjong forever. Okay. Dancing is just like sex. It can clear your mind, So just think about that. Then Desna comes over. Desmond tries to act like she didn't know Dean would be there, but she doesn't say anything. Dean says this reminds him of a simpler time before he shot Zlata and before Desna killed Ruval. And they like, can you calm all that shit down? But Desmond said that she liked his body roll, and he was like, yeah, cool, thanks. And they just have like one moment of awe. That's it, just one. Lord Jesus. So we see Anne's brother at the debate. And the brother is like, the governor is like, he got a real personal connection to gay marriage. And he's like, yeah, because my sister is gay. And he like, oh yeah, but is there another reason you want to marry your damn boyfriend? And then the brother says, well, you're getting bribes from the casino. Desmond calls Polly to see if Joe knows anything about where Mac and Melba are. Joe says that Mac and Melba were there for him in the dark times. So, he's going to be there for them in their dark times. But Polly says she likes her dark times, and, maybe you should stop letting Mac and Melba control you. Oh, I'm missing a part? I am missing a part. Well, all of this was happening when Joe came back into the room and told Polly that Anne told Polly that Mac and Melba actually did figure, it out, or did hear the news about what Anne's brother said, and now they wanted him to kill Anne. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Desmond tries to call Anne and no one answers. We see this scene of Uncle Daddy and Brenda kissing, and then Toby walks in, and Toby like, I know y'all fucking. What about me? Uncle Daddy wants to bring in Brenda to their thing and have Brenda. And Toby says he's a 26-year-old sugar daddy. Sugar baby, and he's not trying to do all of that. And he starts to cry and says that he's losing Uncle Daddy. And Uncle Daddy legitimately wants to know what's the difference between him and Wanda and him and Brenda. And Toby says Wanda was a queen. Wanda, both of you all chose me. You just went behind my back and chose Brenda yourself. So Virginia and Eric are at a fancy restaurant. We find out that this is where he took Jen before he went to prison. So that makes her look at him like, you really gonna take me someplace where you took another woman? Then Jen and Bryce come in because their book signing is there. Jen is looking at Eric. Virginia is looking at Eric like this because, she can see maybe he may have a little bit more feelings toward Jen than what he previously stated. So Desmond goes to see Anne, and she apologizes, but she's like, girl, for somebody named motherfucking Quiet Anne, you talk too damn much. So they get in the car, and she wants her to go to the hotel. Oh my gosh. So they go to the hotel. While they're in the car, Anne says, well, this is all your fault. And then Melba calls, and Melba's like, well, we looking for your damn friend, and if we find her, we gonna punish her. Oh, and that's when Joe came in and said, y'all, I really don't care no more, because I really just want to get to the end. Anyway, so we see Bryce. Bryce is talking about Giddy and all of the principals, and it's a whole bunch of white people in the room. And then Eric and Virginia come in, and they are the only two people of any type of color. So one of the participants, attendees, are like, I really love, your principles and how, you're fighting for the master race. And Jen turned around and Jen said, what you mean the master race? uh Bryson says, I'm not with the whites. I mean, I'm not a racist. And the man is like, oh, no, 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 no. We're not racist either. We're white nationalists. Jen then says, excuse me, we have black friends. And then Virginia's in the back like, and black co-workers as well. And the publisher tries to get, he calls him a race traitor, and tries to get Jen and Bryce out of there. He pulls on Bryce. Bryce does like this. His arm goes flying. The publisher's arm goes flying into Jen's nose. I already knew Jen was gonna beat some ass. Jen pushed that nigga and said no. And I was like, you better get it. So everybody fighting, right? We then see Eric. Eric proceeds to pick Jen up and take her to safety. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So he still is in love with her, huh? Because there's no way, shape, or form why you would do that. Anyway, Arlene comes to see Anne. And Arlene is like, I'm going to make a deal with them, with Mac and Melba, because, I don't want anything to happen to you. And Quiet Ann is like, no, please don't. You don't have to do this. And she was like, but I'm going to do it. And she was like, I love you. And she was like, I love you too. So Desna goes to see Mac and Melba. And Arlene is there already. Arlene is trying to set up a deal. Um, as she's setting up the deal, and Desna is like, okay, so how do you like this deal? This is a nice deal, right? Then all of a sudden, we see somebody come behind Arlene and slit her throat, and she dies. And it is the Chinese man, one of the Chinese mobsters. And this reminded me, and this video won't be edited all too well, so this reminded me a lot of when people who watched Orange is the New Black, when Poussey, when she died, and it was for no reason. And even though Arlene isn't a main character, it's fucking stupid. Why did you take us on this journey of Arlene being in Anne's life, and then they went through their little, trial and tribulations, all for her to die? When things just start to get good, then honestly, you could have killed her brother. Her brother meant nothing to the story, and that was the only time that we seen her brother from like the first or second season. You could have killed her brother and it still would have made an impact on her life. But no, you had to kill her happiness. You might as well have just stabbed her in the stomach and killed the damn baby. I never watched The Walking Dead, but my husband used to watch The Walking Dead. And this is like when what's his name? Glenn, the Asian man, when he died after, his lady was pregnant, and they was, everything was going so well, and then you just it's like, why? It's like, why? 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 It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. It just made me so angry because it's like, why would you it just made me angry. Made me so angry. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do all of this just to kill? Like, what? Why even bring her in the picture? Like, was her whole like storyline like, okay, you gonna be with Anne, but then your bitch ass gonna die, right? So, y'all, I don't know, but like, this is like not a main character, but this is a secondary character that's so tied to one of the main character's stories that it's just like, she not gonna find what. When do you see Anne sitting here finding some other nigga or some other person to be with? When do you see her doing that? I don't see Anne doing nothing but sitting up there crying. All the stress could make her lose the baby, and then she won't have nothing. And I'm okay with, I don't know, y'all. Drama don't have to be killing somebody off, especially somebody that's so instrumental to one of the main characters. Damn, y'all could have, like, but no, Roller gets to stay around. Anyway, if y'all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and everything else you need to know about me will be down below. My name is Brielle. I make beats, I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.